Welcome back to the Gold Newsletter channel, and welcome back once again to the floor of the Vancouver Resource Investment Conference. Of course, we are in Vancouver, the name gives it away, and we're joined by David Onofrio. He's the CEO over at White Gold for a company update and introduction. First time on the Gold Newsletter channel. Welcome.
Well, it's great to be here. White Gold is a pretty amazing company. I'm with the Power One Capital Group. We're a merchant bank based in Toronto. We've been investing in mining exploration over 20 years, and we had the opportunity to partner with the notorious prospector Sean Ryan in creating White Gold 6 years ago now, and we have done some tremendous things in that period of time, which we'll get into. But as a quick overview, White Gold, we are the largest landholder in the Yukon, maybe in all of Canada actually. Our properties are in the Klondike district. That is the epicenter of the historic gold rush 120 years ago. 20 million ounces of gold found in the creeks right at surface. No modern day exploration until about 10 or 12 years ago. Our partner Sean Ryan went in there, applied some very innovative exploration techniques, had some tremendous success, discovered over 5 million ounces of gold. Half of that is in White Gold, and we really think we've cracked the code to find a lot more gold. And we've been doing that over the last couple of years with some exciting discoveries, which I'm sure you'll ask about.
We will definitely talk about that, absolutely, David. But let's stick on the history of the company a little bit. How did it all come together? I know Sean Ryan, the famous prospector there. But how did the whole White Gold story come together?
Sean's a mining guy, comes from Timmins. He's a very big picture thinker, and he basically said, there's been 20 million ounces of gold that's been found on the surface. This didn't come from the sky. It had to come from down below. I'm going to go there and figure out how it happened. He spent years and years just bootstrapping, try to understand the mineralized systems. When he started to have a little success, he was able to arrange a couple of innovative partnerships to start to drill it. And once he had the success, he basically just started to compile the district. And when the staking rush happened, lo and behold, he basically had it all tied up. He came to us at Power One to partner with him. We, having seen his success there, the success with his other partner, Kaminak, which, as people may know, was sold for $500 million to Gold Corp. We thought it was just a phenomenal opportunity to be able to acquire that much land in a Tier 1 jurisdiction with such a great history and so little modern day mining exploration done to date, that it was really checked all the boxes for us, and we were thrilled to become his partner.
Fantastic. Love that. When did the story start, and how much work have you done on the project so far? How much has been invested?
Power One got involved and created this new entity called White Gold. That was 2016. Sean had previously done about 5 to 7 years of work before that in different iterations with different partners. I would say in total between us and since we brought in our two major mining companies as partners, there's probably been over $100 million of exploration work done. And that's probably closer to $200 million in today's dollars.
Yeah.
So it's had a lot of work done. It's had tremendous amount of success. But keep in mind, we really believe that this has the opportunity to become a camp, like a Timmins or a Val-d'Or or Nevada Goldfields. And for us to be able to tie up that type of a package in such a great place was, we thought, literally a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And through the work that we've done, where we've seen it lead to success, the other preparatory work that we're doing, we think we really cracked the code, and we're starting to see that more and more in some very exciting discovery success in the last few years.
Absolutely. Just one of your last press releases was from the Betty Ford target. Over 100 gram meters intercept.
Yes.
I don't know the exact grade top of my head right now, but it was significant. Other companies would have called this a massive discovery hole.
I will also call it a massive discovery hole. And the irony is that property, that hole, is a company maker on its own.
That's what I meant. That's the point I was trying to make.
So it's a bit of a double-edged sword for us. We own so much, and sometimes people say, "Oh, you're confused. Where are you working?" From my perspective, I really think we have the best of both worlds. At the end of the day, Power One, Sean Ryan, our other partners, we're the largest shareholders in the company, and our goal is to increase the value of the company. So what do we have today? We have this great and substantial flagship property. We can talk about that, called the Golden Saddle. 2.1 million ounces, 2 grams, open pit. I think that's the meat and potatoes. We know that's there, that's value. We think it's open in all directions, and we see some tremendous upside in that area. But we are explorationists. That is the exciting part of the business. That's why we do this. So every year, no matter what we have going on there, we are spending time and money to make bona fide new grassroots discovery. And this is what this Betty Ford discovery was. It couldn't have happened in a better place. It's at the southern end of our package. It's contiguous to Newmont's Coffee project. If you recall, that was originally Kaminak Resources. That discovery was taken out by Gold Corp. Gold Corp was then bought by Newmont. Newmont has been incredibly aggressive in drilling that every year since they've bought it. We're pretty excited to see what's happening there and see that continue to advance. Our Betty property is right along the same fault system. This target, there's actually 6 or 8 now new grassroots targets. We've started to drill 1 or 2. The Betty Ford by far has been the most interesting to date, where 3 years ago we had our maiden discovery hole of 50 odd meters of 3.5 grams right from surface. We've continued to hit holes like that. We've hit grades up to 18 grams over 10 meters. And last year we had 2 step out holes. Both of them were 5 grams plus. One was over 25 meters, one was over 20 meters to the east and to the west. We've increased the width to the north to the south. It remains open. We're extremely excited. It's in the oxides, it's from surface, it's in elephant country. Casino's massive porphyry deposit is just to the south, contiguous also. So we are, like I said, truly in elephant country to be hitting those kind of grades in Canada. We couldn't be happier. And just to make it even better, the gravy on top, we got another 5 or 6 lookalike targets like this in the same property. So,
awesome. David, usually the second question I ask during the interviews is about cap structure as well, since it's a company introduction. Yep. You have 2 big miners on the share registry. They can battle it out if who wants to build it at some point, I'm sure. But run us through cap structure.
Yeah. So as you mentioned, we're in a really fortunate position, and I think this validates my thesis, at least, that this is such a unique opportunity that we're at such an early stage able to invest 2 of the best gold mining companies in the world to be our partners. Agnico Eagle owns 19.9% of the company. Kinross owns about 15%. The Power One Group probably owns between us as a bunch of individuals, just under 20%. And then we have Sean Ryan, he's our partner, co-founder. He's a major shareholder, and several other strategic and like-minded institutions have been supporting us along the way as well.
How much cash do you have right now?
We're probably a little under $6 million. We financed right at the end of the year, which is enough to do what I think is going to be a very exciting and productive program.
That's my next question is use of proceeds, of course, and let's talk about the plans for 2024. Yukon, you can only start drilling probably in June. Depends a bit on how much money you want to spend. You can always drill year-round.
That's right. Good point.
Of course. But what are your plans?
So I think this year, consistent with our last years, we sort of split up our budget into 3 buckets. One, we have our advanced stage deposits, where we're going to do a little bit of work there. We have our discovery stage and our grassroots project phase. On the advanced stage work, what we haven't been doing, like I mentioned in the last few years, is just delineating the project. This thing is going to grow. I have no doubt about that. But as a junior, we think we're going to get our best bang for buck, making new discoveries in a close vicinity to the existing project, right? And as you know, where's the best place to find a gold discovery near an existing discovery? We tapped into mineralized trend 6 kilometers, just 2 kilometers to the west of our flagship deposit. We've been drilling that the last couple of years. I've made some exciting discoveries there, very high grade, near surface as well. So we're going to continue to work along that trend to find new discoveries in that area. That's on that bucket. We're certainly going to be spending more time on our Betty project. We have the Betty Ford target. That's just these high grades are like a dream come true. Do some work on that, as well as some of these other targets. So we're in the process of finalizing these plans, but from a high level, I would expect that to be the case. And in our earlier stage plan, we actually have some really interesting targets we're going to work on this year as well. We have 2 big copper, gold, molybdenum porphyry targets that we've discovered in the last couple of years, just to the east of our Betty property, which is contiguous to Western Copper and Gold's big casino deposit. So these porphyries happen in clusters typically, so we're in the right geological setting for that. Those are very interesting target. Outside of gold is our focus, but copper, these critical minerals are certainly on a lot of people's radars today. With everything that's happening, Rio Tinto coming in to back Western Copper and their other strategic shareholders, we think that the prospects of getting something done there, and the attention it'll get if we have some success, will be well rewarded. So those are right now where things stand, kind of the way we're likely going to be developing our budget this year.
Fantastic. Yeah, it sounds like you were going to put the cherry on the ice cream sundae there. That is white gold. So sounds fantastic. More short term, any news we can expect as short term? Have you put out all the results from last year?
No, we still have some news coming from last year. We do a lot of work for a small company. We're fortunate to have a team that's up there and get a lot of bang for our buck. So yeah, stay tuned. There's some more news to come.
Fantastic. David, fantastic update, fantastic introduction to the story of white gold. Really appreciate your time. Thanks so much for coming out. And where can we find more of you? Whitegold.com?
Yeah, whitegold.com. We're there. We're trying to do more and more on social media. It's such a great story. I think what it needs is a little bit more awareness. Hopefully working with guys like yourself, that'll help there. And hopefully, I know you're a big fan of the Yukon, and hopefully we can get you to site this year and some of your other colleagues. It's a really special part of the world.
June 20th through the 26th, I've heard.
Is that when have they finalized it? Okay, let's go.
Fantastic. David, thank you so much, and everybody else. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for watching. This is the Gold Newsletter channel that I'm hosting together with our good friend Brien Lundin. So make sure to hit that subscribe button to get more fantastic corporate updates, and of course leave a comment, leave a like. What do you think is going to happen? Could they have a chance in hell to make it? The odds in mining and mineral exploration are tiny. But you're telling it very clearly.
But this is the best part. So we beat the odds on the exploration risk before. That's what investors need to do. That's the hardest part of the battle.
It's actually finding something.
Is finding it. So now we found it a few times, and we know what led there. So that's what makes me so excited. I've been doing this for 20 years. I've seen what leads to success. This thing checks the boxes. We've crossed the biggest hurdle, and now we're in the delineation and discovery drill stage. So this is, I think, the exciting part. Gold, have your views on it, whatever you want. I think people talking at the conference here, you want to be positioned a bit ahead of the herd, and I think gold's next on deck here for the big opportunity.
The macro landscape definitely dictates that. David, thank you so much. Everybody else, we'll chat soon. We'll be back. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye.